Have you ever wondered why it seems like sales comes to some people so easy? They're just so much better at it, and they just seem to be natural at it. Well, there's one skill that pretty much every one of these salespersons has that is highly overlooked, especially when it comes to when you get sales training. Most people say sales is always about the numbers game. It's a numbers game. You got to hit as many people as you want, as you can in a single day, in a week, in a month, in a year. Well, that's actually just not true, because if you slow down and have this one particular skill, you will know faster than anybody else whether that customer that prospect you're speaking with is either a good prospect or probably never going to work out, or might be a good prospect but you don't want to work with them for whatever reason. And the skill, this one simple skill, you can everyone can achieve, everyone can train themselves to have, is like, it's two words. If you actively listen to what people are telling you, they will give you the clues to if they're a buying prospect, if they're not a good prospect at all, or maybe they're a good fit soon but not right now. The myriad of ways that people come at you. But the way you do some active listening is you just simply ask a question that is more of a buying question to figure out if they're a good prospect, and then stop and actually listen to every single word that comes out of their mouth so that you can process it for buying signals, for is this a waste of time for everybody? Is this just not going to be a good fit for them because they're in a different space? There's just a bunch of different reasons why people will be good prospects and why they won't be. And if you're actively listening to what they're telling you, people love to talk. So the easiest way to actually become a better salesperson is to stop selling and start listening. If you just do that one small thing, that will change how you are not only perceived by the client, they're going to enjoy being able to tell you their stories and whatnot, but also it's going to make you better at listening and hearing what they're saying, if they're a good fit for your product or not. Because honestly, if they're not a good fit, don't sign them as a client just to sign them to pad your numbers or hope you get a bigger commission check at the end of the month. Some people are just not going to be good buyers. And I can tell you over the years, so when I was selling Express Pay back in the day, I was doing hardcore sales, and I found that I only had to ask two questions to find out if there was going to be, if the person on the other end of the line, because we were doing cold calls. We had no real means of marketing back then. We had no real means of outreach other than going to expensive conferences that we could only do a couple times a year. So my buddy Steve and I, we were pounding the phones. We were hitting the phones, cold calling all day, all week, all long. And it was tough, but we got very good, very efficient at listening to people after we asked them just two specific questions. I asked him only two questions. He had other ones he asked, but I would ask somebody, since we were selling an online payment platform back in the days when payments were not a thing, I'd simply ask them, number one, how do you take in payments now? Meaning, what revenue sources do you have and how do you accept those funds? Usually it was either cash in hand or a paper check in the mail, or a mix of both. Some people even mailed in cash. So we would figure out, okay, how many different ways do you actually take in payments, right? What are your revenue sources? How is that revenue being brought in physically? Is it check? Is it cash? Is it credit cards over the phone? Whatever it was. And then I would ask them, how do you want to handle the fees involved? Because there always are transaction costs when you go to a digital platform like online bill payments. So with those two questions, I would stop talking. I'd ask them the first one, okay, how do you take in money? They would just go. Whether it was 5 minutes or 50 minutes, I didn't care. I let them talk, and I wrote down every single way that they got paid. And that would tell me exactly how they would want to, or how they could use the system to make them more efficient and make their business just run better. And even on autopilot, sometimes when they didn't have staff in-house, they weren't getting paid. If they added an online tool that operated 24/7, then they could open their coffers 24/7 and realize that this isn't just an online payment tool. This is a money-making machine for your organization. So that's what I did. I just asked them two simple questions. The first one, how do you get paid now? How do you take in money? Where's your revenue sources and how do you bring that money in? Okay, that tells me how they could use our system to enhance their current operations. And then two, how do you want to handle the fees? Do you want to absorb them so you get the most adoption rate? Do you want to pass on some, or do you want to pass on all of the fees? And those were the two. And once they told me how they wanted to handle the transaction fees, I knew they were a good buying prospect because they already knew how they were going to use the system. They already knew how they wanted to handle the fees, whether they wanted to pay them all or not at all. And now they're like, well, okay, how do I sign up? And that was usually how easy it was to get people, even though this was 2006, 2007 and beyond, when online payments weren't a thing. I know they're so prevalent now, everybody just kind of thinks they were always there. But in 2006, 2007, when we were really starting to ramp up sales, they were still not a thing. And it was, I don't know, it took us 10 years to really perfect this process. But once I realized that if you actively listen to your clients by asking them very specific, pointed questions and taking notes, you will let them sell themselves on your product or your service. And it's so much easier because they don't feel like they're getting sold a bill of goods. They feel like they're getting a solution that they've already sold themselves on, and they know it's going to be a good fit because they already figured it out. So you got to ask yourself, like, what are the questions? What are the 1, 2, maybe 3 questions? Keep it small. Like 3 is usually a good tap number. 1 or 2 is probably maybe not enough to get into the meat and bones of all the stuff that you're selling. But what are the 1, 2, or 3 questions that you can ask your prospects to figure out exactly if they are a good prospect for you? You know, whether it's a financial situation, whether it's they're a point in their life, maybe their marriage, career, whatever they're trying to enhance through your product or service. What are the 2, 3 questions that you can ask them that will uncover if they are an ideal prospect for you? If you can find those questions, when you find those questions, stick to those. And maybe, you're going to tweak them for different customers, but honestly, I never tweak them for anybody. You're going to have to figure out what those questions are and try different ones along the way. But once I found those 2 questions, how do you get paid now? So we can figure out how the system will work for you. You'll tell me. I don't have to tell you because I don't know your product. And 2, how do you want to handle the fees involved? Do you want to pay them or do you want to pass them on? And once I know that you want to pass them on, I know that you're already sold on my product because you've sold yourself. So what are those 2 questions for you? What can you ask that will ensure that the customer not only sells themselves on your product or service, but also understands and gets a good understanding that they are a good fit for you, for what you're selling, and they need it. So that will give you the ability to sell more clients, and they're going to love you for it. Crazy enough, I've had clients on board with me for nearly 2 decades, and they still work with us. We love working with them because we know each other's businesses. We know that when we enhance our product, their lives are going to be enhanced. And it's the churn rate on our organization is less than 2% per year because of that. Because we took the time to actively listen to our customers before signing them up. It wasn't just a numbers game. It was the ability to understand if they are a good fit, then letting them understand that they are a good fit, and not selling them on the idea, but just actively listening to what they say and then helping them understand where it all fits together. That's it. So if you actively listen to your customers by asking them a few, maybe 3 at the most, specific questions that help uncover whether they're a good fit for you or not, everybody will have a better experience and you will make more money. You will probably make more money than you ever thought possible. And then if you can do this at scale through things like webinars and video sales letters on your landing pages of your website, you will grow to the moon and you will work less. And that's where it comes in. That's what the business growth Tomcast is all about. We want to show you guys how can you simplify your process to have massive results so that you can make more while working less. And if you actively listen to your prospects, that's stage 1. So go out there, guys, and sell, but don't sell. Ask some questions.